Hi, Kevin Coupe here, and this is FaceTime with the Content Guy. So there was a really interesting piece the other day in the New York Times, and it was entitled, How My Daughters Learned to Eat Like the French. It was by Karen Le Billion, and it was adapted from a book she's got coming out that's entitled French Kids Eat Everything. And one of her premises seems to be that the reason that French kids indeed do eat everything is because they're given everything to eat. They're not growing up in a culture where chicken nuggets and French fries are sort of the go-to meal. There's a lot of a big premium put on great food in France, and French kids tend to just pick it up. That's part of their culture. What was interesting about this is it was just a few weeks ago that on NPR, I was listening to an interview with another author, a woman named Pamela Druckerman, who's written a book entitled Bringing Up a Bebe. One American mother discovers the wisdom of French parenting. And she also talked a lot about food and how, French parents think as one of their biggest responsibilities is to actually get their kids to try lots of different kinds of foods, to educate their palates. That's sort of a central responsibility. And she even pointed out that French babies tend to eat real food a lot earlier than American babies. It gets their palates used to trying lots of different things. And I thought this was really, really interesting. Now, I'm not sitting here to go canonize the French. I've always liked the line from the great movie French Connection 2, in which Gene Hackman, as Popeye Doyle, says, "I'd rather be a lamppost in New York than the president of France." By the way, French Connection 2, if you have never seen it, is a great movie with some of the best screen acting you're ever going to see. But it is a little bit less sympathetic to the French than Woody Allen's Midnight in Paris. I think we can say that. Anyway, they do know their way around wine and food, so I'm willing to listen to them on this subject. If I could raise my kids all over again, and I have no desire to raise my kids all over again, but if I could, I think I would try and educate their palates better. I think I'd do it differently, so they would try lots of different things. In this way, they sort of take after their mom, who is a far more conservative palate than I do. The good news is, as they've gotten older, and this actually includes my wife, they actually do try new foods. They try spices, they try flavors, and they sort of their palates sort of grow up. But I sort of wish they'd come to it earlier. It all comes down to really making food more of a centerpiece of our culture. I think that's really, really important. And frankly, the culture would be better off if retailers in the food industry would actually focus more on food. I think that's really, really important. They should be trying new things. They should be putting new things out there. They should be challenging their customers' palates and challenge them to try lots of different kinds of foods. I think that would be really, really healthy. And by the way, I also think it would be good for sales. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this Thursday morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.